Shalom to elective Israel, to the whole elective Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, West Indian, Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth, who've all came here to witness the last days of these wicked nations under the graces of Bahasham, Yahawashi. I want to give all praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who was ordained by the Lord to teach the destruction of these nations from the doctrine of Bahasham, Yahawashi. It was handed down to them through the Rawchaa, Qadash, which is the Holy Spirit. It talks about in Revelations 18:21 that a great millstone will be cast down into the sea, which is the nuclear destruction. And the sea is, it's the people. It was great violence. America, Babylon the Great will be destroyed, and also other parts of the world. Great Millstone was ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all who dwell upon the hopeful elect. Great Millstone was a group part of One West, and they split up, and they're the only ones who are teaching the truth for truth's sake and not for money. Lord willing, we part of that number, part of the elect. Lord willing, this be edifying to the hopeful elect of those who fear the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 9, and there's not slack, 2 Peter 3 verse 9. So before I get into this, I just want to thank Bahasham, Yahawashi, for giving me another day to better myself and, to keep repenting and fasting and praying through the hardships that I endure. And also, I want to thank Bahasham, Yahawashi, for also blessing everyone who has came to this truth, hopeful elect, who've been here longer than us, the elders and apostles and the teachers above us, and that's down here to the students. I just want to thank Bahasham, Yahawashi, for giving us all another day to be here, to correct ourselves to the best of our abilities, and to keep checking ourselves. Today, my phone broke, but I have this other phone that I'm able to use for a minute, but it doesn't have any service. So, and I don't have any money right now, but thanks to the grace of Yahawashi, I have a second interview tomorrow at this little burger shack. So I'm gonna get this, Lord willing, I can get this job, and then I can get another phone. But for now, I'm going to record with this other phone that's not being used right now, somebody else's phone, to go record, and then I'll come back and post it. So that's the only way that I can do my camps right now. So Lord willing, that all works out, but that's the plan. So, but I'm still gonna do videos this way. Lord willing, I can, facilitate camp as well, and be able to still teach to the best of my abilities. Also, anything that I come across and read or say anything about it, it's a 107 Copyright Act. I posted it in the comment board, and also anytime I go out to camp, I usually like to do lessons that I learned from the elders and apostles on down, because it's just to kind of show the hard labor that all the men above us that have done this work before us. And I'm still new in the truth, y'all. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to come in here too fast. And I'm working every day to try to better myself, and in sincerity to try to be in the right place where Bahasham, Yahawashi wants me to be, uh, in this ministry, because this is where I, Lord willing, this is where the Lord keeps me, because I want to help, exalt the name of Bahasham. I don't want to be exalted because I've never been someone to have much. I haven't been really exalted here. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what that is. So it's better for me to keep myself grounded, because just like all the elders and apostles say, Yahawashi hasn't even been exalted yet. So, this is where we're supposed to be, at the bottom and low and humble. And also when we go out to camp, those are the times when I try to put energy into it, just to show my appreciation for all the things that the elders and apostles have done for us, and to try to use my energy as a tool, to try to bring more people to the truth, to listen to the elders and apostles. I don't really, you don't really got to listen to me. I'll just filter in news articles to try to warn Israel, and those are the men that you need to be listening to. It's the elders and apostles and GMS members on down that have been here and been teaching for a long time. I just want to come and help with the news articles, because I know this is what the Lord wants us to do. So I just want to let that be known, because I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. Because there's a lot of times in my life people have misunderstood me, because sometimes I'll overdo things. Sometimes I'll, do a lot more than expected. But that's just because that's the fear that I have of Yahawashi. I haven't been in the truth a long time, and I want to make sure I do enough. So, Lord, wouldn't this be edifying? We start right here with Pre-WW3 events, and then we got Ohio animal deaths, cyclones, riots, meteor crashes, job cuts, and leaked military files. So, Lord, willing, this be edifying, and the Lord stay with us all at this time, and just keep growing in the Lord to the best of our abilities. So let's get started right here. Talks about Ukraine war. Drone footage shows scale of destruction in Bakhmut. Before the war, eastern city of Bakhmut had a population of 80,000. Now there are only a few thousand residents who have refused or been unable to leave. And, that's probably the poor and the people who can't leave, that are trapped in their captivity, wherever the Lord put them at. There's some of Israel over there, some of the 2/3, probably some of the elect. We don't know, but that's not for us to know. We're just supposed to warn Israel that the end is here and it's coming. So we're gonna start right here and just play a little video and see what this is going on with this. About 43 seconds. Looks like World War II, don't it? Nah, it's World War III, man. They call that place the meat grinder. There ain't nothing in there. It's just getting destroyed, man. It's only a few thousand residents, ones who have refused, have been able to leave, man. Dodging bombshells and nukes and all types of stuff, man. It's the destruction of Yahawashi. A lot of danger going on in there. Saving America, Babylon the Great for last. So Taiwan sees China taking lessons from Russia's Ukraine invasion. So now Taiwan is starting to recognize what China's doing, and they're taking information from Russia on, what they need to be doing next. And let's see, got a little video. Well, it says Russia rejoins Black Sea grain deal. See what that's talking about. Let's read a little bit. China's military is learning from Russia's invasion of Ukraine that any attack on Taiwan have to be swift to succeed, but Taiwan's strait would make it challenging. The island's defense minister said on Friday the possible impact of the war on China's military thinking on Taiwan and how China could attack the island, which Beijing sees sovereign Chinese territory, has been widely debated in official circles in Taipei. So let's just watch a little bit of this, see what's going on with this sea grain deal. Let's do a little bit. Let's back this up. Let's turn this up a little bit. Turn this music down. Bear with me. Sorry. It's locked here. Turn this music down a little bit. Let's see what's going on over here with this sea deal.
Russia is to resume participation in the Black Sea grain deal.
Whoa! Marco's! With pizza this...
That's according to the Defense Ministry on Wednesday. Moscow had suspended its involvement in the deal over the weekend, saying it could not guarantee safety for civilian ships following an attack on its Black Sea fleet. But the ministry said on Wednesday it had been able to obtain written guarantees from Kyiv, saying it would not use the humanitarian corridor or Ukrainian ports to conduct military operations against Russia. Moscow also thanked Turkey and the United Nations, who helped broker the deal, for their involvement. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan said the deal would resume on Wednesday.
After the call we held yesterday with Vladimir Putin, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu called our National Defense Minister Hulusi Akar and said that the grain transports will continue as previously agreed. As of 1200 today.
A day off.
Whoa! Marco's! With pizza this good!
You're really trying to sell some pizza, man.
The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for stronger defenses for grain shipments. He said the world should respond firmly to any Russian attempts to disrupt the Black Sea corridor. The conflict in Ukraine has fueled food shortages and a cost of living crisis in many countries. The July deal aimed to tackle that by providing safe passage for vessels carrying grain and fertilizer exports. Ships had continued to export Ukrainian grain even while Russia withdrew cooperation, and a record volume moved on Monday. The deal's UN coordinator said he expects smaller loaded ships to leave Ukraine on Thursday.
So basically, what's going on with that is, they're moving grains and stuff, and United Nations or European Union, they're urging Russia to revoke it. They're telling them basically to revoke the sea grain suspension, and basically revoke means anything that Russia's doing. Obviously, America, Babylon the Great's not liking it. It means to put an end to the validity or operation. So they're trying to tell them to stop doing it. And obviously they're not going to stop doing it because it is a war against the East and the West right now, Egyptian versus Egyptian. So we're going to deal with that in a second. We're going to deal with World War III topics. Then we're going to fill in some, we're going to put in some precepts, and then we're going to keep going. So Iran acknowledges enriching uranium to near weapons upgrade. So Dubai, United States Arab Emirates, Iran directly acknowledges the accusation attributed to international inspectors that it enriched uranium to 84% purity for the first time, which will put the Islamic Republic closer than ever to weapons grade material. You know how everybody said Islam wants to destroy America, Babylon the Great. So this is, pretty big deal. They're getting there. Iran's starting to get there. So they're enriching it. They're at 84% right now as of yesterday. So that's a big deal. It's a lot going on. So also, yeah, that's it right now for that. So we're going to punch in some precepts. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And this also is kind of a precept that corresponds with Revelations 13, verse 2, talking about leopard, which is America, Babylon the Great, and the bear is Russia. And Russia, that shows that Russia is going to defeat America, Babylon the Great. So Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2 says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, which is basically Edomite versus Edomite, which is Russia versus China, or not Russia, Russia versus America, Babylon the Great. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Everybody's going to join in under the Russians, which is the bear. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, and city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So that's what's going on right now. And all the other nations are getting their weapons ready. Because Lord, Revelation 17:17, we'll read that real fast next. I haven't pulled it up in a while, so pull that up real quick and then we'll move forward. Lord's putting them in their hearts to do this. How I put in their hearts to fulfill this will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, which is the United Nations, NATO, and the EU, the system, until the words of Yahawah be fulfilled. And this is them picking sides, and it's going to ultimately be everybody basically against America, Babylon the Great when it comes down to it. That's what's going to happen. They're all going to slowly prepare themselves because they know how strong America, Babylon the Great is. And I've seen another video talking about, I'll see if I can find it, but Russia sent a whole bunch of killer drones, or America sent a whole bunch of killer drones trying to attack China. So we're going to pull that up in a second and we'll move on if I can find it. So I had it on my other phone, and my phone's real cracked up already to begin with because I've had it for a while and didn't have a case and it broke. But I still think I remember. Okay, I almost exited out. That was scary. Almost exited out. Oh, man. So Joel 3:10 says, beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves. Oh, it did. Hey. Yeah, dog. Just give me a second. I can pull it back up. All right, Salakia. Jeez. Okay. I'll pull it all back up. Just give me one moment. I'm going to pull up some of it just so you don't have to keep waiting. You don't have to keep waiting too long. Just bear with me. History. Okay. So got that. Okay. Not sure if that's the right one. All right, here's all my stuff. Okay, there's that. There's that. There's that. That's what we got coming up next. Do that one back there. Let's do that one with that one. I think that's the one I had. There's that. Yeah, I guess I can use that one. That one as well. That one. We got the China taking lessons. Yep, that one. Okay. Now we need, I think I got one more. Yep. And then I had, yeah, hold on, where is it at? Yeah. So got a couple videos. Okay, got it real quick. All right, Salakia, y'all. Had to bring back my whole thing. Pull that up. Okay. Okay. That one's already up. Not that one. Not that one. Give me a sec. I got one more I need to pull up. Okay. Yep, there it is. So we're gonna do this stuff next, but I first want to, let's put that over there. Okay. All right. Took me 5 minutes to do that, Salakia. Okay. So back to what we were doing. I clicked off the whole thing by accident. So Joel 3:10 was talking about beat your plowshare. Oh wait, that's the wrong. But I said it was Isaiah 19:2 what I did. Yo, this is right. Beat your plowshares and the swords. This is what the Lord has them doing after I did that Revelation 17:17. He put it in their hearts to beat their plowshares and the swords, which is take all their agricultural weapons, all their agriculture and money and things that they have and tools, and turn them into intercontinental ballistic missiles. And your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come to all the heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. They're the cause thy mighty wants to come down, O Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Rawchaa. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that word Jehoshaphat, you look it up.
Strong's H 3092. Yehoshaphat.
It actually says, like Jehoshaphat, because it's Yahawah has judged. That's what it means. It means Yahawah has judged. So that's the nations being judged right there. And we know judgment plays out here because, judgment under the sun. You saw the place of wickedness and righteousness. So Joel chapter 2 verse 10 says this: the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, and the sun and moon shall be dark from the mushroom clouds, and the stars will withdraw their shinings from this war that they're gathering together. I did that, show that Iran, they got 84% of their weapons, their uranium, 84% purity for the first time, so they're close to being able to make nuclear weapons. So they're gonna join pretty soon. So now we're going to go over here to Russia. Or not Russia, we're going to go over here, back over here to America, Babylon the Great, what's going on in Ohio. And the Ohio toxic train killed 45,000 animals. That's a lot of animals. That's a lot of animals. That was like a week ago. Sloppy. And them things is always loud. Come on now. Okay. Man. Come on now. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to play that. Cut that down. Okay. So now, right here.
How clean is it? I can't tell you.
It's 20 cars of cane. Yep. 20 cars
You just
carrying
need
dangerous
to leave.
materials.
We're ordering you to leave. This is a matter of life and death.
Remember, they were saying it wasn't a big deal.
There's nothing in there, is there?
And this is not the fish. This is talking about the animals. The fish, we ain't even pulled that up yet. There's a lot of fish that died too. Yeah, they mad, man.
I live 2 blocks from the train tracks. I'm concerned just like everybody else.
This has been devastating.
Yep. Esau, you the mad. You should be for what they did. Just like we're mad at them for what they did to Israel. Now you can feel the pain of Israel, man. Judgment. See, look, approximately 38,200 fish have died. So that's a lot of fish. Said 25% of the species included other fish, crawfish, amphibians, microinvertebrates. It's a lot of fish, man. Ain't even been that long. And it's flowing down the river right now. They trying to say the water clean. Whatever. They can't clean that up that fast. So I don't want to deal with that yet. I want to deal with let's deal with this real fast. A billionaire, U.S. billionaire financier Thomas Lee found dead at 78. Now, I had another scripture. I don't want to pull it up because it's on another video I did, but it talked about the Lord is going to start taking away these very rich men who was very smart. They knew how to run things. They knew how to do things, and they're just getting taken out right now. So there's not going to be anybody to show people how to make money. Not going to be anybody to show anybody how to run a billionaire system. You know, and there's been a lot of billionaires that have lost a lot of money this year and stuff. You know, he was worth $2 billion. Gone. Now, whoever gets his money is going to be some young guy. He's going to be real evil. One of his sons, he's going to be real evil. And that's what's going to happen. That's why people are going to start waxing colder and cold, because these young people coming in. You know how it is when you put young people, you just give them $2 billion. Start bugging out. Too much power, that power trip. So Job 21 verse 13 says, they spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto Yahawah, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways, because they got all that money. So I said, money chokes the word. Nobody wants to listen. So that's why the Lord keeps us grounded and keeps us down here with no money. Make sure that we don't end up like them. So there's a couple things, a couple more shootings that happened. We don't want to talk about job cuts until later. We'll talk about that later. But Philadelphia police say 7 were shot near schoolyard, including 5 teens and a 2-year-old. Lord's showing Israel he's not a respecter of persons. You could be a little kid. Must have did something back then in the old days. You know, that's what's scary about this. Any of us could have done something wrong back then and be in the truth and everything and still pay for our judgment. So that's why we want to stay humble and, you know, in fear. Scary thing going on. Lord's going to the earth. Okay, put this down. Got another infomercial. Oh Lord, nobody trying to listen to you, lady. Okay.
Lobster Chris Fitzgerald. This was Philadelphia. I want to share our condolences with the family, friends, and colleagues. Lobster Chris Fitzgerald. This was an extremely terrible weekend, and there are no words to express how heartbroken we are by this extraordinary loss. A man who not only dedicated his life to service, was a loving husband, son, and father, should still be with us today. While I did not have the pleasure of knowing Chris personally, his reputation speaks for itself.
See how Esau Edom is? I ain't really know him personally, but it's just such a bad. Don't listen to him, man. Talking about some you cared about him and you didn't care about that dude. Neither do we. So, let's do first. Let's get rid of that. 1 Thessalonians. The scariest thing that I've, you know, the Lord put the spirit on me to go because one of the Achaim found it talking about women being drafted in World War III. That's scary, man. That's how people know it's the end, man. That's never been nothing like that. It was like that in World War II, but you know it didn't end up happening. This time it's gonna happen. Man. So you gotta have Bahasham, Yahawashi with you. You gotta have a good man of the Lord with you. You know, pray the Lord, you know, shield you under one of them men, but you know, it's through the doctrine, through the elders and the apostles. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You know, and it's a terrible thing to fall in the hands of the Lord. It's terrible, man. It's scary. And it's been a lot of mass shootings. I'll be checking all the time just to see how many more, because it's more mass shootings every day. We at now at 2023. It's been 80. 20 of those, 21 involved 5 or more fatalities, man. And last year, the group counted 647 mass shootings. They're not talking about this stuff on the news like that. That's a lot of mass shootings. That's why I say get thee home quickly. Get in there and get out. Lord's judging this place swiftly. Now I want to talk about the cyclone that happened in Indonesia. Nope, that's a whole nother riot that happened. So this is some videos that happened in Indonesia. This is a little bit of them.
Mauritius grounded flights and
not Indonesia, it's in Madagascar.
As tropical
yeah, Madagascar. It was talking about some cyclones. I did a video a couple of days about it that it was coming.
Mauritius grounded flights and shuttered stock exchange on Monday as tropical cyclone Freddy approached the island. The storm, packing winds of up to 75 miles per hour, poses a direct threat to Mauritius, the island nation's weather service has said. It warned that a storm surge is likely to cause coastal inundation in risk areas. Video verified by Reuters showed strong winds and waves hitting an oceanfront hotel. Water could be seen entering the lobby as guests and staff looked on.
There's that. There's another video.
Ever dreamed of becoming the next YouTube sensation, biggest Instagram influencer, or hottest blogger on the block? Or maybe...
Oh. Pretty bad. There's that. So, winds lash Madagascar's coast. The cyclone Freddy makes landfall. Weeks after another tropical storm killed 33 and left thousands without shelter, schools have been shut down, in 10 regions. So there's that. And then this is what it looks like overseas, like over the ISS captured a video of. That was what was over Madagascar. It's a big storm. That thing's big. That thing's big. That's some dangerous weather right there. So we're going to go ahead and tie in some scriptures to it. Ezekiel 14:21. This is going to tie in also with all the fish that are getting killed. But thus saith the Lord, Bahasham, Yahawashi. How much more when I send my four sword judgments upon you, Jerusalem, Yasharallah, the sword and famine, and the noisome beast, and the pestilence, to cut it off from man and beast. And this is, coming after 2/3. All across the earth. Okay. Now we got that taken care of. Now this is talking about a Google 8i powered magic eraser. That's not that. Where is that? It was talking about, this is something that had to do something with these kids. They were using that robot. I don't know why I can't find it, but they were using that robot to try to cheat at school, and it was causing a whole lot of problems. That one that been messing up everything, that little chat bot thing they got that's making sermons and everything. I'm trying to use that junk, but no, it wasn't. That was just something that I just seen. Another thing I wanted to add on to it, but it's not that big of a deal. But sensitive U.S. military emails spill online. So a government cloud server was connected to the internet without a password, and says the U.S. Department of Defense secured the exposed server on Monday that was spilling international U.S. military emails to the open internet for the past 2 weeks. So there's just a whole bunch of emails out there for the past 2 weeks just going out over the internet. That's crazy. And they didn't figure it out until the other day, and they shut it down on Monday. So it's just a whole bunch of just sensitive stuff from the Pentagon that just got leaked out. You know, people selling it on the black web, whatever. But what I wanted to tie into this is Luke 12, chapter 2. Or 12, verse 2. Luke 12, verse 2. It's lucky if that's too loud. So Ezekiel 12:2. In the meantime, there were gathered together an innumerable multitude of people, insomuch that they trode one upon another, and began to say unto the disciples, first of all, beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. So they got that false doctrine. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in the darkness shall be heard in the light. It says Yahawashi is 10,000 times brighter than anything. And that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops, which is really supposed to be, I think that's maybe talking about more of our prayers to the Lord. It's kind of what I think about it. But it can mean a whole lot of things, but I don't want to just say it's one specific thing. It's just saying everything will be proclaimed that's in the dark. So, I'm going to pull this up real quick. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure that I was saying that scripture right. Ecclesiasticus 23:19 says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. So that's what the Lord's doing. He's building a case on all of us and testing us. So now Indonesia tightens security in Papua after 9 killed in a riot. So that's them tightening their security. There were some rioters, more than 200 security personnel, including police and military, had been displayed to contain the situation, and the 14 people had also been hurt in. So that's just kind of what happened over there in the riot yesterday. So, 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, which is Daniel 17. And the judgment was set and the books were opened in front of the Ancient of Days, which is Yahawah. So now we got NPR says it's cutting jobs by 10% as ad revenue drops. So, that's at least 100 people. So, that's showing you the infrastructure is falling once again. Gonna do Isaiah 32:10. It's just something to kind of talk about. Where is it at? Here we go. Yeah, Isaiah 32:10 talks about many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the venture shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. And then Isaiah talks about, hold on. This is kind of what's going on with these job cuts. It's going to lead to no work eventually. Neither shall there be any work left for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or bush may do. It's going to come all the way to the bottom, but you know it's got to start at those top jobs. And that's what's going on with that. Now, I was listening to Apostle Tahar yesterday, and he was talking about how in Genesis, the signs are in the stars. But I'm gonna play this a couple times, a couple videos. But there was a meteor that actually crashed on Earth. It made a big loud bang and everything, and it shook everything. You know, about a week ago, I think. It wasn't too long ago. So that's one of them, kind of showing it. And then it said it was 1,000 pounds, 1,000-pound meteorite. And they got a picture of it. It looks like, let me see if I can find it. And it exploded and hit the ground. But I had another, give me a second. I'm gonna find the picture they had of it. There it is right there. That little rock right there shook the whole city. So think about like if, I think that's, it broke into pieces. So that's just one piece of it. But 1,000-pound rock shook everything. So think about like a 10,000-pound rock, man. That thing like that land in the water or something, that started a tsunami or something. But you know, all these kind of things are always signs. So we're gonna pull this up tied into some scripture, because I learned that the last time America Babylon the Great fell, the Halley's comet went over that place before it fell. And the last time, and it comes like every 75 years, and the last time it came was in 1986. So this place is just about to get cut off. And it says 1,000, and this is what I used to always think back then too, because I used to, before I came into the truth, you know, I knew that scripture that 1,000 years is a day to the Lord, and it said 1,000 years is a day to the Lord. So I was thinking he didn't make the earth then in 7 days. He had to make it in 7,000 years, you know, and that's really what happened. He rested for 1,000 years. Him, the angels did, you know, Yahawashi and the angels, because you know it was, you know, Apostle Tahar goes on to explain that it's plural. You know, the word when it starts in Genesis 1:1, that word is plural. So that was very interesting that I got edified on that. So it says, and Yahawah said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from night, and let them be signs and for season and for days and years. And that's why you have the blood moons, and we've had all these eclipses, and we've had this stuff, and that's why, you know, we keep the Sabbath on the moon, because that's how we kept the signs and the times. And Esau, Edom, you know, he wanted to change the times. He made, you know, let me see if I can find it. Because there were laws that we kept these times, and that's why he changed them. You know, it's inevitably Bahasham, because we sinned against him. But you know, Esau, Edom changed them, so we would keep going off. So by the time we got to this point, we'd be destroyed. That's why they're so confused. How Great Millstone got this information, and it's 100% truth, branching off from One West. So Daniel 7:25 says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, which is Yahawashi, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change the times and the laws, and they shall be given unto his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time. And that time is almost up. And another thing he said about that comment is it had 7 tails on it, which basically means completion. You know, it's the downfall of the so-called white man. So that was real interesting to learn that, you know, the other day in my studies. So, you know, it was edifying for me to get this. Like, look how big that thing is. That thing was big. That was a big rock. That's a sign. So that's all I got for today. Try to keep it about an hour. So the water for tuning in. The water for all the people who are coming in to tune in. Call on Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, Barak, Athah. And I'm going to give all praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles who led me to this truth. And faith and sincerity. And keep the faith, and Lord willing, He keeps me guided and keep continuing in the faith. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who was ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, and fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all who are a part of the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we are part of the elect. Lord willing, we are part of that number. Lord willing, this be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. It is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. Shalom. And stay prayed up. And Lord willing, I'll get to do another video. Shalom.